Why break even is important? Because when it comes to pricing for profitability, the pricing come together from different components, and break even is one of the components. And what normally happens, people have guesstimate break even. They have break even in their head, but they don't have real data. So it's very, very important to be very specific when you calculate and how to calculate your break-even. And the other part, which is very important, tracking your performance. You need a KPI when you track everything in your business. So actually you have an idea how is your business doing, and also how healthy is your business. And then based on this, you can actually build your price strategically. So how to price your services for profitability? As you can see, when you are providing a service, there is 3 components to it. One component is basically based on your hourly break even, and that hourly break even comes together from your break even document and from your KPI data. And it's very important, because if you don't get this right, your whole pricing is not going to be right, and your foundations, business foundations, are not going to be right. So you're going to start to run your business with a broken business model, which means later on you need to come back and fix things, and you wasted time and money along the way. It's like building a house without foundation. Can it stand for a while? Absolutely. Can it stand 1 storm or 2? Probably, but after the 3rd or the 4th storm is going to fall apart. If you have great foundations, then your business is going to stand time. So when it comes to break even or your hourly rate, or hourly break even, and then the next one, if you are a business when you providing service with a product, then you need to actually add your product cost into it, and then you need to work towards the profit. So the profit can be anywhere between 10 to 30%. You decide, like we don't tell you, whatever you feel, it's right for you. So once you price your services strategically, you will become profitable. There is no other way to do it. And I really hope you can see, guys, why is not a good idea to copy someone else's prices, because their break-even is different. They purchase their price for different money. And maybe, like their profit, they only want 5% profit and you want 30% profit. So there is no reason for you why you should to copy others. When it comes to retails is actually the easier way to make profit. And just remember our statistics. People still want to buy from people. So if you decided already that your clients don't want to buy from you, you're actually making a decision for them, not providing a full service and not giving them your specialist advice. And you don't give them 100%, you don't give them a full service. So when it comes to retail, it's very, very easy to price retail, because you have a purchase price, you have a recommended retail price, and most of the time we have 80 to 100% profit on retail. So just put these 2 together. When it comes to service, you spend lots of time to create between 10 to 20% profit. When you actually recommend retail based on the problem your clients have, giving a solution, then you create a larger profit in much, much shorter time. So just another few things to be aware of when it comes to pricing, and I will come back to this with numbers a little bit later. But basically, you need to find out if you're charging everything, because hairdressers especially, but some of the beauty salons too, sometimes you are just like, that was only 5 minutes, it was just a quick eyebrow shape, it was just a quick fringe trim. But if you don't charge for everything, you actually eventually can lose out a lot of money in your business. And you will understand very soon why discounting is not a great idea. And also, what are your freebies costing you? I'm going to actually give you a very, very quick cost run. So you will understand, like how much money you can actually save in your business. And that money is already hiding in your business. So let's have a little break. And let me see, if everything makes sense. And if you have any questions, now is the right time to type your questions into the chat box. And I'm just going to go back because Bettina, yeah, so for you, what blocked you, it was moving locations from overseas to Western Australia and Queensland. Yeah, so what is blocking you basically is, like to starting all over again. And basically, you have to start with everything, foundations, finding the right clients, finding the, come up with the smart promotions and everything else. And, it's starting a business. It's, it has its own challenges. Yeah, so I absolutely understand that. So let's move on to clarity, not confusion. Before setting goals, you need to start with foundations. And sometimes people don't have the right foundation, but they start to setting goals. So as I mentioned to you guys, when businesses are coming to us, and we weren't different with Jody, most businesses are working with a broken model. Great foundations are essential for goal setting and achieving your goals. And in my opinion, you would make the biggest mistakes if you wanted to start with goal setting when you don't have any idea where are you right now. How can you know where you want to be? So it's just something what you need to think about. So finding clarity on what your goal is and where are you right now, it's very, very important. And I would encourage every one of you not to work on more than 2 goals. One goal is business and the other one can be any personal goals. There is a couple of area in your life where what we can work on, but you need to have the clarity on what is your goal. Also, you need to refine and simplify your goals and make it timely. Why is that? Because when we are in achieving your goals, you're achieving your goals with your subconscious mind, with your subconscious programming, which are all your beliefs, values, and the beliefs can be positive and can be limiting. And your subconscious mind is like a 7-year-old child. So if your goals are convoluted or too confusing, then your subconscious mind is right away going to resist it, and you actually never going to achieve your goals. And when you don't put a time element into it, when you don't put an end to it, what will happen is basically it's just like a would be nice, like there is nothing to work towards to. Then you need to map it out because your success is in details. And this is when actually lots of people are struggling because they don't know how much of the details it really needs to be done in order to achieve your goals. We go to the details when you actually will know what you need to do the next 90 days, the next 30 days, and then daily. So it's really, really needs to be very precise because it's going to make it very easy for you to achieve your goals and you won't get overwhelmed and lost. Time management and time element is extremely important. As I mentioned to you before, like sometimes, time is actually has control over us. And we need to master that we actually have control over our own time. And also visual boards are extremely important when it comes to, clarifying what you really want, because if you see it, you can achieve it. And because we work with our subconscious mind, we consciously setting goals, but our subconscious is going to help us to achieving our goals. And our subconscious works with pictures and works with repetition. So this is why visual boards are extremely important. And then the law of Goya, which is by John Assaraf. We did a couple of courses with him, and he's always say, if you want to succeed, you need to follow the law of Goya, which is basically get off your ass. So in the next slide, Let me start with this. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. It's very, very important. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. So once I learned how important it is to work towards growth and set achievable goals, my life actually completely changed. And I got out from that crazy 8, repeating the same things over and over again and not really getting anywhere. So I wanted to give you the 6 biggest reasons or the 6 biggest blockers why you are not getting your goals. And the first one is because you're either a big picture thinker or a detail thinker. And both of this is actually challenging, because if you are a big picture thinker, you have this really big ideas and dreams and one shiny object after the other, but you have no idea how to break it down and how to achieve those ideas. But if you are a detail thinker, your problem is that you are so focused on certain next step that you actually don't see the forest from the tree. So what we do and what we help business owners to do, we help you to learn to basically meet in the middle somewhere when you can think in big, but you can understand how to break down to details. And if you are a detail person, we teach you, like how to see a little bit further than the tree right in front of you. The next one is the second one. Your goals are too small or too big. Isn't it? Like, who would have think that could be a problem? But it is a problem for your subconscious mind, because if your goals are too small, then your subconscious would say, oh, that's not so important. And if it's too big, then it's going to reject it because it's just probably too convoluted and, it's sort of like not achievable in a certain amount of time. So it's very, very important when you get into goal setting, you need to be very specific to find that sweet spot, that goal which is going to be easily achievable for you.